Well, good morning, everyone. Oh, so wonderful to see you. Welcome, welcome. Let's start this beautiful day off with some song.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet song that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da dee da 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 dum, la da da dee da dum da dee.
Rick's face on that ending. Check out the video. Happy Labor Day Sunday weekend, everybody, here at the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. Looks like a few people may be out enjoying this weekend. I'm Linda Brewer. I'm so lucky that I have the privilege of welcoming you here this morning. Virtual congregation, please say hi to us, dears, out there in Facebook and YouTube. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor every pathway by which people seek to know and connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so that we can help make the world a better place. Please join me in saying our promise statement. We promise to embody love, compassion, and kindness everywhere we go, and to be the peaceful presence we want to experience in this world. We recognize the divine oneness in everyone and everything, including all living creatures, Mother Earth, and the universe. We promise to be generous, sharing our time, talents, and treasures as we serve from the highest truth that love is the way. Recognizing and embodying this love for all, we help create a world that works for everyone. Thank you. Our theme this month is harmony and happiness, and I'm so thrilled to have as our speaker again today our beloved former minister, Reverend Donald Graves. His talk is called The Power ... for Good. For good. And for our special music today, Rory
You got it, that's right.
Norseth will be utilizing to the utmost his power for good by blessing us with his amazing musical talent. There we go. Our practitioners serving today are Selena Baugh, sharing a reading, a time of sacred silence, and then leading us in prayer, and Teresa Martin holding high wash throughout this service, knowing that the best and highest is unfolding as we share this sacred time together. All right, our 9:30 book study group that meets each week in the first floor retreat center will focus for September on a brand new offering by Megan Salito called Living Magic, The Surprisingly Practical Choice. It just became available because she was busy writing all of it and lost half of her manuscript and had to redo it to be ready for this, but she's worked her buns off. And it just became available on Kindle and PDF on Amazon yesterday, and the paperback will be available any minute. So keep your eye out for that. And Megan will be speaking on the 21st, and she will take part in the book study on that day. So don't miss that. Do we have anyone with us today for the first time? If so, if you're willing to raise your hand, we'd love to welcome you. Yes, okay, back here. Thank you for being here with us. If you haven't already done so, we have some information about our center and a gift for you outside in the hallway, and we hope you will pick that up after the service if you haven't done so. And we affirm for you and for everyone here this morning that you will experience a blessing. So, and because I know Rory and the music and Donald and the band, I know you can't help but be blessed. So, all right. Here's more about what's coming up, but remember you can always find that information on our website, spirituallyfree.org, and all the flyers are on the wall out there, kind of the wanted posters out there, I think they are, and the hospitality team can also give you more information if you want to, and you can sign up on the website or out there for anything coming up. And here's what is coming up. So as we say goodbye to August today, and with it most of summer, says the summer person, here's what's happening in September to help us enjoy that transition into the fall service. On Friday, September 12th at 7 o'clock, Rob Wallace and Chris Bowers, who moved us with their wonderful music during this service at the beginning of July, they will be back for an evening of soulful kirtan where ancient chants heal modern hearts. So if you remember how awesome that was, if you weren't here and you can't remember, or if you were here and you can't remember, like some of us, then you can look at it on our YouTube. It's there, but it's just an awesome way to feel centered and spiritually fed. I washed my tongue this morning and I can't do anything with it, so sorry. 2 weeks from today, following the service, our brand new Mixed Blessing Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living choir will have their orientation meeting with our dear friend Rich Smith leading the choir. If you don't know Rich, you'll get to know him as time goes on with the choir. Everyone is welcome to be part of this, and I am sure that after a few rehearsals over the next couple of months, we'll get blessed by them singing at a Sunday service, right? Okay. Right here. September 21st, after her awesome talk, Megan Salito will be doing a workshop called From Blocked to Brilliant, Stepping into Your True Magic. During this workshop, you'll discover at least one hidden aspect of your inner magic and how you've been blocking it so that you can flow into your own authentic rhythm. So that'll be great. Megan's just awesome, so please be here. And as you all probably remember from your childhood, With the start of fall comes school. And that's true right here at the center. Our fall classes will be beginning. On Thursday, September 18th, Reverend Cindy will be leading. We've begged for permission to do foundations one more time. I don't know if that's happened yet, but it will either be foundations or whatever the new version of foundations is. So that will be September 18th. We'll have more information, hopefully, in the newsletter this week and on the website as soon as Reverend Cindy gets back to work, which is happening this Wednesday. She's been gone for 2 weeks. Right now, she's in Alaska on a cruise. And I hear, if you're on Facebook, you can find out some of what's happening with her. That would not be me, but anyway, check that out. And I'm sure that in her talk next week, we'll get to hear about it. So, all right. As I always do, I remind you, our center was founded on and it is grounded in prayer. Our professional prayer practitioners, wearing their purple or gold stoles, are trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer so that they can know for you when you can't know for yourself. The best and highest is unfolding in your life, and they'll know it for you until you can know it yourself. You can submit a prayer request in the prayer box outside or on the website. And after the service, our practitioners will be in the room right across the hall if you would like to have an in-person prayer. If you've never done that, we have a unique way of praying here called affirmative prayer, and I encourage you to check that out if you never have. It will bless your life, I'm sure. So now I invite you to settle in, allow the centering music. Selena's reading, the silence, and all that happens before she'll lead us in prayer.
Good morning. Oh, I didn't expect to see this many people after you said some were gone. Good morning. They snuck in, I see. So, we're going to start with this bit of a reading. We'll have a little time of silence to contemplate it, and then we'll have a beautiful song, and I'll lead us in prayer. So our reading today is actually a meditation from Ernest Holmes from The Science of Mind. I used it during the meditation, but I liked it so much I decided to do it here and changed my mind from what I was going to do. I know there is a power for good which is responding to me and bringing into my experience everything that is necessary to my unfoldment, to my happiness, to my peace, to my health, and to my success. I know there is a power for good that enables me to help others and to bless the whole world. So I say quietly to myself, there is one life. That life is good. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. It is flowing through me, circulating in me. I am one with its rhythm. My heart beats with the pulsation of the universe, in serenity, in peace, and in joy. My whole physical being is animated by the divine spirit, and there is anything in it that does not belong, it is cast out, because there is one perfect life in me now. And I say to myself, I am daily guided so that I shall know what to do under any circumstance and in every situation. Divine intelligence guides me in love, in joy, and in complete self-expression. Desiring that the law of good alone shall guide me, I bless and prosper everything I am doing. I multiply every activity. I accept and expect happiness and complete success. So let's get quiet for a minute.
You are the song, I am the singer. You are the wind, I am the chime. You are the love, I am the lover. I am the branch, you are the vine. I rest now in the place where we are one. I rest now in the place where we are one. You are the thought, I am the thinker. You are the fire, I am the flame. You are the light, I am the candle. You are the ocean, I am the rain. I rest now in the place where we are one. I rest now in the place where we are one. I rest now in the place where we are one. I rest now in the place where we are one. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am.
It's from that place of that beautiful music. I recognize the gratitude moving in and through my life. It fills me this day with hope and joy. This beautiful rain that we had this last week that nourished our earth as it needed it. For this philosophy, for this beautiful day. Cooler temperatures, but still lovely. And it's from that place of deep appreciation that I recognize that one presence and power. Always, always moving in and through all of life. There is no beginning or end. There is no circumference, for it is forever expanding. Expressing today and always as absolute divine right action, intelligence, love, compassion, and strength. Every place you look, everything you touch, every thought, every fiber of being. And resting in that knowing, I recognize that I am part and parcel of that one. Every bit of me, every thought, every cell. And as I know this truth for myself, I know this truth for all, that each of us are unique, divine expressions of that one. Always connected to the source and to each other and to our world. There is no possibility of separation. It is our life force. And feeling that power and that presence moving in and through all of it, I just bless this day. I bless every hand that made this service possible. Our beautiful music, Reverend Donald, who will speaking to us. Each person in this room and joining us virtually. We are all right where we need to be in this moment and fully blessed in it. So I just release this. It's spoken, it's done. as together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Selena. We're reminded, it seems, every week of that truth, that self-evident truth about us, that the oneness, that characteristic of the divine. This month we get to speak about harmony, so that, of course, obviously acknowledges other. We're in harmony with something. There is always relationship, and I'm so happy to celebrate that this month. That the happiness that I feel many times comes from that experience of harmony, acknowledging other and feeling attuned and knowing that we are each one and together we are one. Let's sing about that. This is called The Song That Saved the World by Harold Payne.
They came from every country, every color, race, and creed, to see where that would lead. Each one brought an instrument and the music of their home, and no one felt alone. People rocking, beats were dropping. They let the music do their talking. Na 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 na. They sing a song that saved the world. Na 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 na. They sing a song that saved the world. They put aside their differences and let their God come down. Found some common ground. They played and sang together, hearts in every word, and every voice was heard. Hands were clapping, people dancing. Something beautiful was happening. Na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. Na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. The joyful, peaceful cry. No politicians allowed. They were singing na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. Na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. Everybody now, na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. Na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. Let's sing it. Na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. Na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. They were singing na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world. One more time now. Na 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 na. They sang a song that saved the world.
It's my pleasure to introduce our special music today. We all know and love this young man who just is astoundingly brilliant, wonderful guitar player, a great songwriter, and he's funny and he's so much fun, and he's my friend. Rory Norseth.
Okay, so also I have the lovely and talented Del Ann helping me out today. Win-win. Yeah, a win-win. Can't go wrong. When Del Ann's up here with me, I can just stand here. I don't even have to do anything. So when I play, almost every time I have somebody asking me for the lyrics, so I had this brilliant idea. I just printed them out. So on one side is this song, and on the other side is the other song. Sometimes I find lyrics distracting if I'm trying to hear a song, but other times I really like it if it's the first time through. So take one if you'd like. When we're all done today, you can keep them if you want. I'll autograph them for $2 each. For our poker game in Cindy's office. Whoops, she's not. I hope she's not watching. That was last night, Cindy. Just relax. The cigar smoke smell go away if you open the door. Hope you're having a good trip. Nothing to see here. Everybody got one that wants one? I have a few more if anybody needs one.
Looks like we're good.
This song is called, so if your sheet says Inside Out Things I Still Remember, that's the correct one. If it says the other one, turn it over. And when we're all done today, you can keep these if you'd like. If you don't want to, just leave them on your chair and I'll collect them and recycle them. So, ready, partner?
Ready.
Here and there and from now on, inside out and upside down, the quarter spins and twists and whirls, my heart does not know time. In between, inside by side, round and bound and deeper down, the coin lands on its chosen side, my heart does not know time. The saddest things I still remember, the deepest wounds with some regret. I keep my fear, I keep my anger, I let my love lead from my heart. As within, so without, fair play isn't turnabout. History, I keep it close, my heart does not know time. As above, so below, I don't forget those things I've lost. Take the good with the bad, the coin knows every toss I've had. But still my beating heart does not know time. Ever and forever, they have no place to hide. All at once they come and ask me why, just why. Don't be still my beating heart, it's your turn to cry. Cry those tears and let them flow. Every day your love will grow. Rage, rage against that rocky shore. Cry those tears and let them go. Trust the tides will take you home. Love and pain don't stand alone. Heads or tails, the choice is yours, and hearts do not know time. Thank you very much.
Details. It's good to see that the nature of the center has not changed, at least certainly since I first came here in December of 1988. And that is, I started noticing that this is a group that causes this center to be filled sometimes and almost empty sometimes. And what's the connection with that? Well, we're made up of a group of people who are active, alive, alert, enthusiastic. We're Seventh-day recreationalists. As it should be in my mind, because I was one of those folks out there too. Was. Yeah, not was, is. So last week I started this short series, and that was the power of good. The power of good is a requirement before you can have a power for good. And so I talked about that first, and essentially the system within which we all live, move, and have our being. It was the purpose Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote his material about and for, and it was Dr. Holmes' creation that he took from a Hindu Rama to create this symbol. He took those words and he turned it into this symbol as a teaching symbol for how all this works. So we all live in this system. It's whole, perfect, complete, everywhere present, all the time, as is. Everything, as is whole, perfect, and complete. Never isn't. Oh, that means we are too. I am, you am, all am. So the way this system works, this is spirit or origin. This is the filter, the law, which is key to metaphysics in general. And down here at the bottom, the point of the V is all form, the world of form. It's our thoughts and conclusions. It's our experiences in life. It's the three-dimensional box in which we live. And we make up the contents of that box. We live from that box because those are the decisions we have made about life, ourselves, our relationship with all of it, and everything else. Now, were all of you born in the same household? I'm so glad to hear it because we cannot have harmony without at least two or more notes. We can't. So there has to be individuality here. There has to be distinction. And the more you let you out, the more God we find present in the room, the more God we find available on the planet. I like that idea. And it's crazy making sometimes. That's the way it is. So there's a arc that comes down into this point and back out into another arc. So these circles are side by side through time. And wherever the first one was, I have no idea. Somebody thought it started and was captured in the book of Genesis. I think it preceded. So whatever that was, from the origin of time, it started showing up in the world of form. And it came in and it came through the filter and was shaped into a particular event, experience, whatever. And then it bounces back up, depositing conclusions we have made here in the law for the next visit as it comes down through that law. And all of those thoughts ever thunk, all the beliefs ever held, every conclusion every human has ever concluded throughout time lives in this filter. All of the options of creation, of the forms we experience in our life, all of those options live in this filter, in the law. We get to decide which of those options we pick to have manifest in our experience and in our expression. We pick that, nobody else. Well, we can let other people pick it for us, but we end up agreeing with it. So it's really our picking. Because ultimately, we become what we listen to. Are you listening? Are you paying attention to what you're paying attention to? Do you notice what you notice? Every day, all day long, every moment, everywhere, every when. Now, this really cool thing happens. Some people call it the universe abhors a vacuum. I call it emptiness backfills with what was before. So there's a mold that will express a particular outcome, event, decision, or conclusion. There's a mold held in this law, and if it's not changed, it will repeat and repeat and repeat. That's our default conditioning. Now, I have a pretty good idea we all have gone through some conditioning in our life. Okay? Don Miguel Ruiz called it domestication. Are you domesticated? I really didn't obey too good. And so I always liked to try something different, to find out what my options were, because I never believed, and I don't know when that started, but I can never remember believing that everything everybody told me was so was so. I had to question it. I had to challenge it. I had to find out for myself. So through this huge amount of trial and error and learning things the hard way, which was my way, I claim it, learning things the hard way, then I can change what I choose to experience. Every single moment, I can change what I choose to experience. If I don't like it, I can change it. But that's up to me to change my experience. Now, actually, it's probably kind of up to Jan, but you know the rule, take credit, place blame. So the things that don't work in your life are a function of conditioning, not you. Your conditioning is what tends to drive what you express, what you experience. It tends to. It doesn't mean it's the only thing that drives what you experience and express. That's key. Because conscious choice trumps history, it trumps social trend, it trumps any previous experience. Holmes said, there is no... Come on, Prax. There's no about principle. What's that?
No principle without precedent.
Nope. No precedent. So principle has no precedent. We establish the precedent for our experience based on whatever we have decided previously. If I agree upon what Rick says, then that will be my precedent for the next moment, the next experience. If I disagree with what Rick says, I might have a different experience. However, there's a trick to this. I have to be persistent in my change of mind. It doesn't come easy sometimes. Our training sometimes is buried deep within us. It's that automatic response. So when Jan and I first got together, she had been married 120 years or something like that. I have myself had a lot of practice. So with change and evolution and my own evolution, and never thought I had to be stuck in anything I had done and been before. So we got together, and she kept thinking I was going to do what she previously had experienced. And something that it became a standard mantra between us. She would look at me, she would respond to, she would typically react to something I said or did or whatever, and I would say, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. How long did it take for you to hear that? long time. So it's been 8 years, she finally got it, for which I'm grateful. It makes life a lot easier for both of us. So how did things get the way they are? So there was this very religious man. He spent a lot of time praying, and he went to church every Sunday, and he trained his kids to believe the same way he did, and he lived next door to a full-blood, absolute atheist. Okay? And he watched this atheist, and he lived his own life, and he prayed to God, and he kept taking his confessions to God, and he spent all this time in prayer, and his life sucked. He had a horrible job, paid was terrible. His wife kept getting uglier, and his children didn't even talk to him. It was bad, really bad for him. So another time, he got down on his knees, and he's praying to his Lord, and he says, "Give me a hint, God. Here I am absolutely dutiful to you. I sing your praises all the time. I have brought so many people to you, and they have joined and agreed with our teachings and what have you, and saved their souls. And yet this guy next to me, this atheist, he doesn't even probably believe in you, and he most likely has never prayed in his life, and here he has a great job, lives abundantly, his wife is beautiful, his kids and his wife and he get together all the time and laugh and play. His life is so good. How come, with all of my praise of you and my praying to you, how come my life's not like that? How come my life's not that good?" And this deep, booming voice comes from the heavens, and it says, "He doesn't bother me all the time." See, that's one of the great examples to me, with a little giggle, how things got to be the way they are. And how things got to be the way they are is what he was trained to do, and how he was devoted to living out that training, because he knew that was his answer to salvation. That's fabulous this way. That's how it works. Dr. Ernest Holmes, in his book, The Science of Mind, wrote the first 4 chapters, the thing itself, how it works, what it does, and how to use it. Today, I'm going to be focusing shortly on the 4th chapter, the how to use it. What do we do about that? You know, how life got to be the way it is one thing, but what do we do about that is why I kept consistent with this philosophy, this teaching. The thing itself is God, Spirit, the infinite, divine creator, whatever term or label, Baha'u'llah, Rama, Brahma, I don't care what name you give it, in our point of view, the name you give it limits God, limits that, because of our notions and beliefs about that word and about that entity, that divine power. Let go of that. When I first found myself in ministerial school, to my utter surprise and initial dismay, I realized a month before I graduated from school and was going to become licensed as a Science of Mind minister, I couldn't say the G word without stumbling through it. It was God, because of the training that I had had shoved down my throat as a kid. So the last month, every time I'd be going to class, I would practice in the car saying the G word. And after a while of practicing saying it, you could even get up to saying the 5-syllable God, and it doesn't choke you. So I decided to do desensitization about that word so that I could say it normally, because ministers are supposed to be able to say God like pablum, piece of cake. And yet that core of me that was exposed to that such limited God before couldn't allow that limitation anymore. I needed to expand my perception of it, because if it's infinite, how can I ever get my mind around that? How I do good to get my mind around my own interpretation of that. And so what if I decide that how it works is constantly, consistently under the law that is part of the system itself? And what it does is it demonstrates through my belief. If I want to affect my experience, I have to affect my belief. Now, fortunately, each of us has the opportunity to embrace our own beliefs. I like to joke about, say, I believe. Well, actually, you can just interpret that to what's true is. Some people actually believe their beliefs. I do my best not to, because I want to challenge everything I think. Are you thinking or thoughting? Thoughting is the norm. Something like a ridiculous shoot a goose out of the sky estimate of 80% of the world population just thoughts. They don't actually think. To actually think is hard work. I had a Baptist minister one time tell me I was leading all of you to Satan. I said, do you know anything about the science of mind? Oh, yeah. Really? I would dare say you know nothing about the science of mind. The reason I say that is because to change our mind on an ongoing basis, to challenge our thoughts on an ongoing basis, that's the hardest thing I can even think of. Harder than I can imagine. So if you challenge your thinking, if you challenge your thoughts and your thoughting, you will begin to think consciously more often. And since conscious decisions, conscious choices trump everything else for our own personal experience, does that sound like a good idea? You know, because I say it must be true. But I even challenge that. And I really recommend you do too. Question everything. So there's a cute little sign Linda has in a condo. It says, question everything, and below it says, why? Science of Mind teaches spiritual practices. There are only two. Of course, there's a multitude of ways to do both, but those two spiritual practices are meditation. The other spiritual practice is affirmations. Meditation is the key to gaining perspective and increasing that perspective so you see how things got to be the way they are in your life and what you can do about them. So as you meditate, you go into this deep state that gives you a bigger point of view. And continue with your meditation, that point of view gets bigger and bigger. And then you come out of the meditation back into this just very finite world, and you can see, well, that's interesting. What do I like about this? What don't I like about this? If you like it, keep it up. If you don't like it, change it. There is no thing in my belief and my experience that we cannot change in our own personal lives. No thing. And there is no thing within our collective minds that cannot be changed either. Everything is up for grabs, people. So are you living the life you want to live or not? If you are, keep affirming it. If you're not, change your affirmation. Dr. Holmes wrote, life works by direct affirmation. Now, I had to come up and create a new word. Affirmation is great. The word itself, to affirm, means to state positively. It does not mean to positively state. So an affirmation is not just a positive statement. I'm alive, alert, enthusiastic. That's an affirmation. So the other is, I can never make it. I'm worthless. I'm useless. Nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. I'm going to go eat a worm. You know, I call those deformations because they deform our original state, our original nature. I recommend more affirmations and fewer deformations, but both express equally in potential in each of our lives. Think about what you're living. Now, there's a cost in changing our belief. I love this. Every man must pay the price for that which he receives, and that price is paid in mental and spiritual coin. We all must pay a price, mentally and spiritually, for that which we are to receive. If you want to change your mind, there's a cost. You have to spend the time. You have to dedicate yourself to this new way of thinking, this new way of living, and realize that your actions will betray your real point of view. Your actions will betray your true beliefs. Have you ever wanted to believe something and just couldn't quite get there? I wish it were so. That's what that's called, wishing. Your true belief is what manifests in your life and experience. Persistence. Successful farmers and sailors always work during their, quote, off times. Changing our minds, there are no off times either. Changing our minds is an ongoing, deliberate process. So this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And frankly, if it was, you wouldn't believe it. And you shouldn't. So when it comes down to where the pedal meets the metal, rubber meets the road, whatever analogy you want to use, when it comes down to it, and you find yourself defaulting back to that which you know, that which you're familiar with, not that which is safe, not that which is helpful, but that which you know and familiar with, what you have lived up to this point in time, and you find yourself challenged with this new way of thinking because people are looking at you weird. You know, you're changing. What's wrong with you? You're changing. So they can't count on you being the same person you used to be. That's a real threat to the pigeonhole you've been living in and living from. Page 283.3, the third paragraph on page 283 in the Science of Mind. All bold letters. All caps. To desert the truth in the hour of need is to prove that you do not know the truth. To desert the truth in the hour of need is to prove that you do not know the truth. That's the hard truth, people. So go back and start again. No fault, no foul. You got good feedback. You found out you had defaulted back to your old way of thinking. Keep rethinking. Keep thinking. So, in closing, ultimately, we are what we listen to, what we attend to in our lives, and we can change that. So, question, are you living the life you want to live? Are you living the life you want to live? Are you experiencing the life you want to live? If yes, great, keep it up. If no, change it. Bless you. Okay, it's time for us to pray together. We do that. We're not begging, beseeching, pleading. We affirm a higher truth, a higher reality, a higher experience for each of ourselves. And we do that as I pray. I will use first person, As you pray, you will use first person because you're praying for your own awareness, your own consciousness. We call it treatment. We treat our minds for a better outcome. So this is the soft way of changing your mind. The moment-to-moment affirmations are the more rigorous way of changing our minds, but both work. Allow yourselves to translate the words I use into your own words so that these words become your thoughts, your ideas. And join with me as we go into that place, that state called the divine. I recognize the divine power, presence, and intelligence that surrounds everyone, everything, certainly surrounds me since I'm part of that everyone and everything. It operates through me, as me, and I know this truth as the truth for everyone. That infinite power, that infinite intelligence, that infinite presence operates through me, as me, and I choose what I want to experience. I choose now the wholeness of life. I choose now oneness, recognizing that there never has been any separation, that in that oneness, that huge one life, exists everyone. And so connection is natural, it's automatic. Each individual is singing their note that blends into an infinite harmony with everyone else. So that makes me smile. And I think about that and hold that within myself, and so my heart sings too. I also know perfect health and well-being, ease and peace of mind, everywhere, every when. An abundance of all good. All good, no exception. Abundant love, abundant vitality, abundant money, abundant love again. So letting this settle into me, this realization, this revelation of the greater life, I fill with gratitude. And I let that gratitude confirm the affirmation of life itself. I confirm the wholeness. So relaxing into it, letting it be. I claim this as so, and we affirm it together by saying, and so it is. It's now the time during our service where we give the opportunity for you to acknowledge your good and to build upon that good. Last Sunday I said we don't believe in offering being fire insurance. We don't think it gets you out of hell. We don't think it saves your soul. We think it's an opportunity to confirm and affirm and to support that which supports us. So you give to that which you feel supported by. Someone a long time ago said, if you want to know what you most value, look at your checkbook. So will the ushers come forward? And what we will do is we'll affirm. And so if you would please repeat after me an affirmation about our abundant good. So take your gift in hand, whether you do it online, if you send a check in to the center, or you offer your contribution this morning. Let's know together. Divine love. So repeat after me. Divine love. Abundance of all good. And absolute good in everything. Confirms into my life. Through this gift. And I accept more and more and more. Filled with gratitude, I let this be. And so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has flown away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to
It's only got one button on it.
Tough crowd. When Michael Gott wrote that song and I heard it for the very first time, I thought, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then about 6 years of using it as our offertory song, this obnoxious thinker came up to me and said, "Need?" And I thought about that, and I said, that's good. Let me think about that. All that I need and more comes to me. So we'd open it up. We want to open it up. So next time when you're singing this song, throw that in. It actually sticks with the lyrics pretty good.
Yeah. Or more than I need comes to me.
That's more better. That's what happens. These
Okay.
songwriters, you know, they improve things. So let's bless our offering, wherever it is. Okay. Okay. We're going to bless that offering knowing that it's already expanding out into the community. It's contributing to other things and other ways that support you. That's why you gave it. And so we know together that that blessing continues to ripple out and grow and expand and send that good around the world.
Yeah.
So it is.
All right, another song from Rory and Delan.
This one's called There's No Limit on Love. It's a country tune. Great medium for telling stories. One more sunset, one more time. Satisfied, I still long for more. One more sunset, one more day. I still long for more, but I'll be satisfied. We still have yesterday to get us by and by. Relive those memories, they feel so alive, so alive. So cry no tears and wonder why. Just raise your angel wings and fly. There's no limit on love. There's no limit on love. No future lost, no lost time to linger on. No change in what we spend on. Weird ways work, and who's to say? Your ways, they weren't so commonplace at all, not at all. You and I, we went our separate ways, but no space of time or stoppable can put a limit on love. There's no limit on love. No future lost, no last time to linger on. There's no change in what we spend it on. A life reduced to an urn full of ashes on a shelf in a closet, but time never passes, where you're thrice removed from the din of the masses by a cardboard box labeled cups, plates, and glasses. I was you in the dream the night that you reached out. I woke with a start because I couldn't believe it. I arrived too late, the snow was falling sideways. Called from your room and said I had to hurry. I arrived too late to hold your hand. I put a limit on love. I put a limit on love. But now my love's too strong to move on. What's past is past, but we bring it along for the ride. Memories, they do not remain still at all, not at all. Tomorrow dreams, we learn something from today. Or do we throw our past away? There's no limit on love. There's no limit on love. No future lost, no lost time to linger on. There's no change in what we spend it on. Thank you. You know, Carl asked me to announce that he has a plethora of tomatoes from his garden out there for you to take. Right? All right. That is abundant, isn't it?
Thanks so much, Rory and Delenn. Wow, great music. Wonderful message, Reverend Donald. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, powerful stuff. Lots to look forward to as we say goodbye to the month of August. First of all, remember, practitioners are available after the service if you'd like to take advantage of that. They'll be across the hall. Next month is coming. New music, new messages, and a new theme, and wonderful opportunities coming your way. Please take advantage of signing up for the choir. It's going to be great fun. Rich Smith he's just a barrel of laughs and incredibly talented. Be so fun to do that. And then the Kirtan coming up September 12th. That's Friday night, 7 o'clock. So put that on your calendar too. All right, everybody, let's stand. Let's sing this closing song. You know, Carl Clark came up to me, it was probably 2 years ago, and said, you know, you need to change that giving song. You say, all that I need, you need to say more than I need. So that was his idea. And I tried to get permission from Michael Gott to change the lyric, but I think I'm just going to not wait for that. So we'll make that real starting next month. Thank you, Carl, for that idea. All right. Let's sing.
Something great is happening. Love has taken hold and it won't let go of us now. Something here is calling us forward, upward motion. We're drops in one ocean. Roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live a dream of the highest. the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who make a difference. Let's stand together. Share this to the world that's waiting. Lord, change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Oh yeah. One dream, one voice, one heart, one word. One dream, one voice, one heart, one word. One dream, one voice, one heart, one word. Yeah. Live your dream of the highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Shake it to the world that's waiting. Lord, change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness. Let's stand together. Let your dream of the highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Shake it to the world that's waiting. Lord, change that we're all creating. It's a moment for